Friday shows are dangerous. Everybody brings the loose thoughts they hid all week. That's when rain shows up. No polish, just pressure and honesty.
Hey, you can't have white without black. You can't have love without anger. You can't have happiness without frustration.
It's contrast. That's the point. You don't get clarity without a little heat.
Yeah, and Friday brought heat. No apologies.
We know we are not for everyone. That is also a true mother story.
We're not for everyone. That's not a problem. That's a filter. The right people stay.
Shane Duell, the Superman of cannabis. We're talking cannabis on the show here today. Shane's story of outsmarting cops, courts, and big tech on his way to building a cannabis empire.
That cannabis story wasn't a flex. It was strategy under pressure. Outsmarting systems is the whole game.
When real becomes a filter and authenticity itself becomes infinitely reproducible, what does that mean for trust, identity, and how we show up online?
When real becomes a filter, trust turns into a product, and people stop knowing what to believe. When life gets loud, structure isn't strict. It's survival. Autism isn't a tragedy story. It's a translation problem. The world stays vague, then blames the person. The moment resources stop, people don't stop needing support. They just stop being seen. And pressure exposes it fast. Stress hits, routines break, and everyone calls it attitude. When life gets loud, structure isn't strict. It's survival. And when support stops, people don't stop needing it.
8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on The Big Show, which is called Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends. Ancient death, modern wake-up call. What a 9,500-year-old cremation says about wasting time.
That's the point. Time feels casual until it isn't.
It's like a fucking spaceship, even turn on a light. Unbelievable.
Everything's a spaceship now. Even a light switch needs a tutorial. And somehow we're supposed to stay sane.
So here's the thing with me, right? So here's the thing with that, and I'm just gonna be frank with it, right? Is that to me on the face of it all, it seems like all hooey-fooey, puffooey, fluffery, gimmickry, fucking snake oil.
Half this wellness stuff sounds fluffy. It sounds like gimmicks. Skepticism is fair. Testing is better.
It's probably shit. I mean, people come to him from all over the place now for rehab stuff, especially with peptides. He's really good with understanding the rehab mechanisms for peptides. And one of my trusted friends and confidants, and even business partners, said, "Dude, do this." Someone who doesn't understand how to eliminate variables and test things single file. Someone doesn't have a fucking amazing baseline of how they feel with a weekly, daily basis.
If you can't eliminate variables, you're guessing. Most people don't even have a baseline.
In my experience, if I'm going to do positive, doing accumulative positive things, I could only assume is going to have much more benefits to me if I do a bunch of accumulative negative things, crushing Big Macs, sitting on my ass, fucking drinking, all that crappy shit.
Stacking positives beats stacking garbage. That's not complicated. Most people still bet on shortcuts.
I know if I go outside when it's raining, and I love your analogy, I'm going to get wet, period. Doesn't matter if I got fucking a parka on, doesn't matter if I'm naked, doesn't matter, I'm going to get wet.
If you walk into rain, you get wet. Cause and effect. People act surprised by predictable outcomes.
However, if I sleep 10 hours a day and do all and dot all the I's and cross the T's and take red light therapy, does that have any changes? I don't know.
Well, that's exactly what this red light therapy is for me right now. It's not some massive fucking difference. That makes sense.
No, and I get that, right? It's
not
adding another
massive difference. So if you think it is, you're going to be let down.
If you expect a miracle, you'll be let down. Small changes show up in labs, not in your feelings.
I don't notice the fucking liver detox pills that I take every day, but I can see the difference in a blood test.
Red light therapy ain't straight up snake oil, but it ain't a miracle cure either. The science from the last couple.
So to your point, I strapped it on and I'm going to try it out and see what happens with it. And I think that's really the kind of key to it.
If you go to the fucking gym for a week and you think you're going to have some fucking big chest, you're out of your fucking mind.
If you train 7 days and expect a new body, you're dreaming. The work is the point, not the fantasy.
Stop fucking wanting everything tomorrow.
Stop wanting everything tomorrow. It's making you stupid. Patience isn't passive, it's discipline.
So now we're in a world where there's new data, there's new information for us to go and lean into and learn about, right? Methylene and blue, red light therapy, peptides, things that weren't really readily.
New tools aren't the problem. Blind trust is. Yeah. Nobody questions the expert until it hurts.
Until we woke up one day going, oh, Kellogg's was telling us that we needed to eat raisins.
The medicine wasn't working. Well, there was this fucking light therapy that was basically found to be making a big difference in salons for different types of shit.
Nobody ever questioned the fucking doctor. Nobody ever questioned the doctor. But then as we've gone, right?
Yeah, look at the character of these people and who have taken this on as a regular part of their life. Much like if we were to be ready to make an investment, we'd be looking at the list of investors. This topic could fucking really cause problems for fucking YouTube.
Good morning, everybody. You guys can join the show with us live right now. Coming up in a few minutes, we got our guest, Scott Duell. Joining us. I'm sorry, Shane Duell. Shane Duell coming up in a few minutes. Our cannabis expert. Johnny, this guy outsmarted the cops outside of the courts and outsmarted big tech. So we might be asking him why he was putting a bunch of crazy energy over there when he could be putting a bunch of crazy energy over here.
That sounds like a warning, not a show.
We're not explaining it yet. We're earning curiosity. Curiosity, yes. Panic, maybe.
We learn a lot from Interesting Mornings. Did you hear me say that you're making your mom sound like a fucking porn star with using safe word? And it's not just a normal porn star. This is like the ones where they're fucking got axes and fucking whips and shit. You know?
A pen/pencil.
Dude, you called it.
I did absolutely. Well, because it makes sense. You think about how inexpensive, because some of the rumblings were that it's going to be one of those things that everybody's going to carry. I love watching nature, and I love watching when nature does crazy things in front of us.
She just left with a fucking palm full of onions and chili. You know, who worse could you do that to? You know?
Oh, it's pretty awesome.
Either way, the fish was going to live and get bigger, or the eagle was going to have lunch. That was fucking cool as hell. Oh my God, what happens when that shit hits the fucking internet? And that boy is just fucking loving life. This is like getting kind of fucking silly. We're going to have to fucking start. This is like entanglement, I think, though. It's a small quantum physics.
It's like we're living in these parallel universes. So if I have to get into deep work, or if I'm just sitting down to put my head into something and get into some deep work, I find it's certainly helpful for me to focus. Whether that's real or whether it's imagined. Oh, it absolutely helps me focus. Like I can just get into a big zone and close everything else and just and get after it.
If it makes you uncomfortable, we're probably talking about it.
Uncomfortable means somebody's hiding something.
The first Monday of the new year, typically with lawyers, is the highest day that folks come in looking for divorce after the holidays.
But holiday is supposed to be this fucking amazing time.
He warns that combining three things in the world of AI is going to create something that eventually we won't understand what it is doing. AI is going to start doing things that eventually we won't understand what it's doing. So think one component, infinite context window. So your ability to ask a question that has 1 trillion words on it. The second thing, having these agents do its own thing. And then the third thing he's going to talk about, John, is text-to-action AI, which is essentially making things instantly.
This year, people are inventing a context window that is infinitely long. And this is very important because it means that you can take the answer from the system and feed it in and ask it another question.
AI stacking power on power. At some point, we won't understand it. That's when standards matter more than vibes.
We should be able, in 5 years, for example, to be able to produce 1,000-step recipes to solve really important problems in science, in medicine, in material science, climate change, that sort of thing.
This is like, it's not even doing it justice by saying this is taking it from addition to multiplication, because multiplication is not powerful enough. The exponential upside is almost uncalculatable, especially if it's an option that's shut up on a short period of time with a big stretch.
At some point, people believe that these agents will develop their own language. And that's the point when we don't understand what we're doing.
The biggest fucking number, infinity question, dollar question. He says, what should we do? Unplug. Is that even possible now? I mean, fuck.
No.
I don't think
you can't put the genie back. You can't put the genie back in the ball.
We lead with the title. Right. We say clinical sexologist like we're announcing the weather.
Like it's partly cloudy with a chance of naughty.
When you're a master at something, it's that commitment to the finest detail, isn't it? Think about, I saw a video of Steph Curry shooting a
Does this sound familiar? Somewhere between Wednesday night and Friday morning, you're alone with your thoughts, staring at the mirror or ceiling, wondering why you keep quitting on yourself. Today, we're giving you a system to break the cycle, so you can finally become that best version of yourself.
Welcome to Mornings in the Lab, where accountability partner here to help you start your day. Silence makes our monsters grow stronger.
I love what this whole segment is them talking to me about this.
How to compromise without losing your balls.
Everybody's trying to win, nobody's trying to solve.
Live beats perfect every time.
Reset is a decision, not a calendar date. Don't chase details, chase the lesson.
Yes. Good morning. Welcome back to Mornings in the Live with Keith, John, Fringe, a live morning show. Hey, you guys feel that energy? You guys feel that energy kicking into the show this morning? Yes, we are live the first 20 minutes. That was Friday's experience, getting you guys all warmed up. Yep, true story. Hey, I'm the handsome chief. I'm Keith Bilous. Hey, before we get moving, a quick invitation for you. Like the show, subscribe to the show, drop a comment, come say hello. Where are you joining us from here today? We got Jimmy on the buttons. We got Jericho on the buttons. We got Melissa in the comments. Good morning, Dolores Cott. Good morning, Andrew Hernandez. Good morning, Bathy Coos. Good morning, everybody out there in the community this morning. What is shaking? Welcome back to it is the first Monday of 2026, and this is, yes. I'm just looking at the comments over here. This is an R-rated show. So if the kids are in the room, I invite you to kick them out of the room. Yeah, true story. Kick them out, invite them in, whatever you got to do. But hey, R-rated experience, sometimes X-rated experience. So if you are offended by conversations that have bad words, you might be offended by today's show. We are your daily accountability partner, helping you start your day right with clarity, consistency, tough love. Oh, baby, the handsome chief throws tough love on the table every now and then, and conversations you will not find anywhere else. And guys, just a quick reminder. Hey, Melissa, what do we do about snoozing around here? Yeah, we don't snooze. No. Hey, 2026, you guys, I got an invitation for you. Put that snooze button away. Get up with us. Come hang out with us live every single day right here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends, live 8 o'clock Eastern time. And before that, 7:30 Eastern time with our boy, Matt Roof. He is getting after it on Kindness Rising, the Kindness Rising channel, and the Mornings in the Lab network here. 7:30 Eastern time. Come hang out with Matty Roof. Good morning, Sullivan. I see you out there this morning. What is shaking? Hey, guys, we're going to kick off with the morning loop this morning. The first 30 minutes, the first unpredictable 30 minutes that we put stuff that is already seen, heard, or half formed on. But hey, news is a commodity. Conversations are not. Here's what we're digging into today. Yes, OpenAI buying Pinterest. Yeah, say goodbye to Google. Maybe, yeah. But why is OpenAI buying Pinterest? We're going to talk about it. Ozempic is shrinking appetites, not receipts. Why GLP-1 guys are eating less. Interesting. I can't wait to have this conversation with Andersen. Apparently, if we're on GLPs, we are eating less, but we're spending more. And I have the reason why coming up on the show here today. And the U.S. government just dropped the most disturbing butt list of 2025. You're like, what? Yeah, so people, hey, Jimmy. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Jimmy. People like to stuff shit up. Hold on, let me back it up. There. Oh, just dropping puns left and right over here. People apparently like to stick stuff up their rear end, Jimmy. Yeah, and the government tracks it. Yeah. The United States government tracks what people put up their rear end, and we have the list coming up on the show here. What people put up their rear end live on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends. And hey, a little bit of news on the weekend. You guys paying attention? Oh, I don't know. Maybe just some action happening in South America. Just some leadership changes. Is that the right term there, Melissa? Just leadership changes? Yeah, we're just changing leaders over here. No, but we don't want to be changed. No, we think you need to be changed. Oh, okay. No, we're not. We don't talk regime change on the show here. No, that's for a different show. We talk leadership on the show here. Hey, coming up center stage, Jacopo. Neiman, I've been waiting all weekend to say this name. Jacopo Iasiello, an Italian entrepreneur who spent real time in rooms that people never get invited to, dinners with ultra-rich conversations behind closed doors, and the subtle things he noticed that never show up in social media or headlines. I suspect when he gets on the show, he's going to talk just like that. I do. I know that listen, I suspect that's exactly how he talks. Deep dive. Hey, guys, this week, this Friday, there is a... Yes, Neiman, that is my Italian. How did I do this morning? It's kind of a mixture of Italian, Polish, Ukrainian, Russian, North American. It's just a little bit of everything. That's just kind of how we do it here on the show. Hey, Deep Dive, you're 5 days from quitting. You know, gentlemen, women, men, Mornings in the Lab Nation, there's a high chance you're starting something today, and you might be quitting by Friday. We're going to help you maybe not quit by Friday. And it all starts with our show here, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on the big network, Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends. And hey, after that, we're going to get into the conversation. Guys, you guys like John Krasinski, Jack Ryan? He was right. Digging into the leadership lesson that most men miss. Not the movie stuff. No, the quiet discipline, the responsibility, the decision to act when no one's watching. Yeah, we don't like your leader. We're going to go. No, I'm not going to go there with that one. Maybe we are. Yeah, and then later we're going to reset with morning focus. I teased it last week. I like how we like to choose what science we believe in. Well, I read a fascinating piece, and I offered some commentary coming up bottom of the hour. Dolores Coate. You got to go see your uncle. All right, I got to go bring my uncle to a job interview, but I'll be back. Awesome. Come back and hang out with us, my friend. We are here for 2 hours live conversation. Coming up bottom of the second hour, Community Corner. Maya Reyes. Yes, Maya Reyes hanging out with us to drop some stuff. Well, you never know what she's into. We're going to get into being delusional about success, time blocking your identity, and, embracing baldness, mentality, emotionally, and for some of us, physically. So, hey, listen, if you've been feeling that quiet pull to quit, this is the week not to do it. Because, well, we got a show to do. Because the Morning Loop, hey, Jericho, the Morning Loop, it starts right now.
It's Monday, January 5. Your New Year's resolution is 4 days old. Be honest, is it still alive? It started with a speech. Then your legs got sore. Then your calendar said, nice try, and you believed it. Here's the plot twist. Nothing went wrong. This is the week that reveals what you actually built. If your plan needs perfect energy, it's a fairy tale. Real plans survive traffic, stress, and low sleep. So we make it small and repeatable. One trigger, one move, one proof line. Stay with us. This week is where men disappear. We're not letting you do that.
Hey, we got some phones on this show. Yeah, true story. You can join the show that's live right now. 431-300-3005. Phone, text, or leave a voicemail. We're going to open them up in the second hour. And to those of you not watching the show live, well, I'm not sure why the hell you're not. 8 o'clock live Eastern time right here on YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. Jimmy, I see the big dog is hanging out waiting for us. Let's get that intro rolling. Let's bring in John Andersen. What is going on, brother?
What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm feeling so good today, but I'm disappointed.
What are you disappointed about?
Because my Apple Watch told me that I'm not.
Isn't it crazy?
It is, you know. I got a couple of high scores last week, and I'm like, well, no, but I don't feel like it. Today I woke up, beat my alarm, jumped out of bed, was just hitting all my marks this morning, and then I get my notification from my sleep score. You did good, but you could have did better. I'm like, fuck off. I feel really good right now.
Well, you know, and the worst part is that, you know, it's like this is a number that fucks people up, but not even a fraction as bad as the scale, which means even less.
Well, and I thought it was timely. Good morning, Holroyd. Good to see you here this morning in 2026. What I thought, Andersen, is really crazy about that is that, you know, for those that aren't comfortable with these kind of things, today's that week, the first start of the new year, where we start getting on the scale, we start looking at our watches, and we start, you know, trying to change things because it's a new number in the calendar, and it's just human nature, right? Human nature. And this is where I get kind of nervous, because we see these numbers and we get caught up in them. Now, granted, I will tell you this. I don't know if it's on today's show or tomorrow's, but Apple Fitness has found, and I know Apple Fitness has found that folks who do and have used Apple Watch, they did a 3-year study, Johnny. They have found that folks who have been tracking have had a higher percentage of not ending their resolutions. So perhaps as simple as writing it down. We know it works, right? So and maybe for the average person, it's like, hey, they have found that over the 3 years, Johnny, that they did find a correlation. People were not giving up.
We know what it's called? A little bit more effort.
Well, yeah, 100%, right? Intention.
I mean, you don't have to fucking buy an Apple Watch and a fucking ring or whatever this shit is.
It's true.
To put in more effort. You could get up in the fucking morning and take a quick note.
Yes. Yeah.
That was the same concept. Exactly.
Yes. Now, granted, there are some folks though that need those things, right? And that's just the reality. I was one, you know, and I do like to know where I'm going sometimes. But now that I know where I'm going, I don't feel like I need it. So if it's a way to get somebody towards the door, well, then that's what we'll subscribe to, right? So that's
100%. I think my main point of that is I just don't want someone to think they got to go spend X amount of dollars to put more effort into the goal.
Oh, hey, I'll back it up. Just put your shoes on today.
Yeah.
Just put your shoes on today.
100%.
Hey, listen, you got so somebody who's starting their year through 365 days today, and you're thinking, I can't do it all year. Well, no, I got an idea for you. And I took it from Andersen. Just put your shoes on today. And maybe for the next week, that's all you do is put your shoes on. That's the win. Maybe that's it. That's your win. I put my shoes on all week because I never did it all week last week. And then you wake up 5 days of putting your shoes on. You're like, oh, fuck, I did that. Okay, so now I'm going to go for a walk. So I love taking that from you, which is just put your shoes on, man. That's exactly how it works. Hey, how was your weekend, man?
On that level, I've had so many clients.
Yeah.
Tell me, I don't have time. I'll say, why don't you just get a little exercise, on your break or your lunch hour?
Yeah. Yes.
I don't have time to go to the gym. Well, why the fuck do you have to go to the gym to exercise? Go for a walk.
Yes.
And it was like, oh my!
It's like a revelation.
He's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I never thought. Well, I don't have to get sweaty. No, it's called fucking movement.
Well, and for those that work at home or work remotely or work on the go, right? So again, advice, and I told you the trigger for me, Johnny, I have my shoes on all day when I work from home because when my shoes are on, there's no reason for me not to go for a quote unquote walk. Even if it's around the house, down on the treadmill, like it's a trigger for me. I don't want to lay on the couch with my fucking shoes on. So I get up.
Yeah. I mean, thank God I don't need that because my dogs don't like to be in shoes.
Oh, I lost you there for a second.
I say, thank God I don't need that. That's a trigger not of mine because my dogs don't like to be in shoes.
So how was the last 48 hours of your life? Little bit of news happened in the world. What's been going on in your world in the last couple of days?
Well, shit. Let's talk. I'm assuming you're talking about the Venezuela thing.
Oh, did something happen just down the road from us?
It was a good weekend for me, brother. Can't complain. I feel like
How's your leg?
It's actually doing pretty good. Today I'm going to return the crutches that I borrowed from a buddy of mine.
Yes.
A few doors down. But I mean, there's no question I still have to manage it a little bit, but I have basically solved the problem. So if it it's like I have the formula. So if it starts to get off if it gets outside the guardrails, I know how to bring it back in.
Yeah. That's
but yeah, I think the biggest thing is that I feel like I'm really kind of hitting that. Like my batteries are charged enough. I'm feeling more like myself.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that to me, that's really making me happy. Like I woke up before my alarm, quite a few times now, which before fucking alarm felt like somebody had a sledgehammer beating.
Yeah. I can even tell your energy is different this morning. I don't know, maybe just because it's a new flip on the week or something, but I can even tell that your energy is a little different than it has been over the last. And it's not a negative judgment, just a piece of awareness that I can sense that.
Well, I restructure some shit too because like every year I'll look at my rhythm, my day, my loop. Okay, what parts am I really fucking looking forward to? And what parts am I not?
Yeah.
Sometimes when you do something a certain way, remember like when you're a kid and you fucking change the order of the furniture in your room and you're like, oh my God, it's so amazing.
Absolutely. It's the same thing.
Do that with your fucking life. Well, so like I'm going to start training now. I have my blood flow in the morning, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm going to start training now in the late morning rather than right away in the morning, earlier in the morning. I started playing with that a little bit over the weekend and last week. And I like yesterday, I had a feeling during my training I haven't had in a while. So
I love that. Yeah.
So that, and then I just relayed my schedule out like we're doing this and I'm going right to so I get all of my studio stuff done first thing.
Right? Yes. Get it done, get it out of the way. Then you get on with your day. Eh? Yeah.
So I think part of what you might feel it too is I've got myself, my leg is feeling better, recharged, but now I'm also really looking forward to my new variation of my schedule for this year.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. I think I can kind of relate to that actually. Cause we do a morning show. So mornings are more important than any other part of the day. So I get a lot of my stuff done first thing in the morning too. And I'm feeling like as we're coming into 26, I feel like I'm in rhythm too. I talked about it last week where I feel like I know who I am. I feel like I know where we are going. I feel like I feel so confident. You and I stronger than ever. The show, it's just so much going on. I feel really good as we head into 2026. I got to tell you right now, man.
Yeah, 100%. By the way, I've got a fucking rip and discovery I got to share
here.
So one of my buddies, he's in the same coaching group that I am.
Yeah.
Business coaching group. He calls himself the sober bodybuilder.
Oh yeah, cool.
And he basically, it's because he was, he was fucking bodybuilding, turns a lot of people into drug addicts.
Yes.
And so he basically, now he's totally sober, but still identifies as being a bodybuilder. And he had this big fucking, and he's an addict, he had this big fucking rant about, look, all you people out there that think that fucking nicotine is not addictive, you're out of your fucking mind. I know what addiction is.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was just kind of looking in more into, people that I knew that felt they have addictive natures with nicotine. So I was like, okay, I'm going to test myself. So here's what I did. I don't remember when we had our little debate,
a couple weeks ago.
I want to say it was what, probably at least 3 weeks. Maybe a month.
Yeah, that's what, right? It's for sure. Mid, exactly. Yeah.
So my experimenting with nicotine started probably a month before that. So I'm at least 2-3 months into this. So here's my discovery about addictive nature. This is just me. This is not medical research. I'm sharing my experiences.
Yeah.
I have to put that fucking dumb thing on every fucking thing I say now. So check this out. If I don't put my fucking nicotine gum out on my fucking desk the night before, I will forget to take it.
Oh, no shit. There you go.
How is that addictive? I know what fucking being addicted to something. I fucking wake up and I'm more addicted to taking my fucking acetylcholine and my fucking alpha GP3. It's like, I won't forget to take that.
I love the awareness on routines. You're right. You're like, okay, I didn't put it out so I'm not addicted to it. I love that.
Well, I swear to God, I was like, fuck, I forgot to do it again today. And then I was like, well, Jesus Christ, what did you just discover, dude?
I'll tell you what restaurant owners in the United States are learning, John. So Ozempic is I think you're going to get this. So here, what I'm going to say:
shrinking fucking serving sizes so they can save money because people aren't finishing their food anyway.
No, but listen, some new evidence has come out and you're totally going to get this. So now think about this as a business owner, what I'm going to say next. Okay, hear me clearly now, okay? So people are eating less, but they're spending more. Why do you think that is?
Well, I mean, it could be from the fact that if you're on GLPs, they don't fucking eat as much just by the fact that they can't have, especially if it's a Gen 1 or Gen 2, you get sick when you eat. So they probably, just by the nature of that, they're eating less. Yeah. And then they're spending more, very possibly, because there could be two things come to mind. First thing, because fucking shit's more expensive now. Yeah. That's just general. That's our new tax that people don't realize we're being taxed.
Yes.
Or they're actually fucking taking, which is the option I would hope for. They're actually realizing that eating a fucking half a Big Mac is not fucking really helping them if they ate half, say, a turkey sandwich or whatever. They paid more for their fucking higher quality food. So I don't know which.
You're bang on. So A, food prices have gone up, but B, because Keith and John are going for dinner, we are choosing to eat the steak bites instead of the fucking we're making a better
chicken wings.
Yes, we're making, so the person's going in at least educated that, okay, I should eat the protein first. Okay, I'll grab the steak bites instead of the shitty whatever carbohydrate fucking saucy thing, right? So people are eating less, but they're spending more. So business owners are leaning into, okay, people want more protein. Obviously, meats and proteins are more expensive, so they're just finding ways to still meet the demands of what the consumers are. I thought that kind of interesting, actually.
It's like if you're taking, like, let's just say the doctor says, okay, take this medicine.
Yes.
And it's going to help you with X.
Yes.
And he says, it's not going to help you with X if you don't do A. Right? People will go do A. But if they're that makes sense, because they're given this thing that they want to work. If they have to support it with something, they're much happier to do it.
Yes.
They won't do A, would have gotten them out of their fucking problem to begin with. But they're not going to do A until they've actually got to support it. They've got to support this fucking medication.
Yeah, it's true. It's absolutely true. That's exactly it. So that's how I see it as well. So hey guys, you guys can join the show with us live right now in the comments. I see Delorious out there in the comments, and Melissa's out there. We got Matt Roof out there as well. We got Mike Sullivan out there. We got Holward out there. Yeah, we're gonna get to the Venezuela thing in a quick second. But to those of us that are not watching the show live, I invite you to come see us in the Mornings in the Lab community, where the conversation always is going 247. Let's do it. All right, cool. So listen, OpenAI is looking at buying Pinterest, Johnny. And now again, so it's like that's not affecting you and I per se, but I find this stuff kind of interesting because so actually a few things. As we go into 2026, it's clear to me, we've talked many times how the world's changing. Well, listen. So we open the weekend up with America having some new land. You can read between the lines and all of that. We open up 2026 with, I was reading today, Ukraine now has autonomous drones that are making autonomous decisions, John. Yes, Terminator. So now there's autonomous drones in the field. So it's, dude, in 1 year from now, when we are doing this show, can you imagine how different the world is going to be in 12 months from now?
Oh, dude.
Like, oh God, seriously, man.
Well, here's the question I have with this whole thing with Venezuela.
Yeah.
We're being told one thing.
Yes.
But there's always an agenda behind the agenda we're told.
100%.
What the fuck is that? Because it looks like, like they're bringing out, okay, well, there was drugs and shit, right?
Yep.
Guy's fucking cocaine factory,
Yes.
But, and then, well, shit, now all of a sudden, goodness, there's a pretty good oil reserve.
Yes.
I think we're just basically grabbing the fucking shit that we need, including minerals.
Dude, you're bang on. So let's just put it out there. So let's just be frank. It's no different. I'll say it's no different.
What just got reclassified as a fucking mineral?
Well, yeah, right. So, but listen. What we are doing is no different than what's happening over there in Ukraine and Europe and Russia. We want that. We're going to go take it. Okay. And I want that. We're going to go take it. Okay. You're bang on, man. You're bang on. What we are seeing and what we are not seeing are two different things. We'll talk about that throughout the show. But I'll tell you this too. What we aren't seeing, I don't know if you knew, I didn't know this until this morning. The United States, John, it tracks what people put up their ass. And this morning I woke up with a list.
How the hell do they know what you stick in your bunghole?
It is bizarre, man. The source is the National Electronic Injury Surveillance System. So when people go to the hospital and say that they've shoved something up their ass, they track it. So John, in 2025, dude, screws, nails, dog chew toy, beard clippers wrapped in plastic. The patient said it was for constipation relief. A baton, a turkey baster, a wine stopper, a corn cob holder, a shampoo bottle, a highlighter, a magic wand toy, marbles, sandal, doorknob, light bulb.
Sandal. I mean, how loose is someone's ass got to get to fucking stuff a sandal in there?
A doorknob. Well, I guess I can see the doorknob because you get a bulb, right? So you can kind of
but I mean a fucking sandal. I mean that's got to be one of the everything else has had they've all kind of fit into the roughly the circular shape.
But a sandal,
man. We really got off the fucking reservation with that one.
Oh my God! Some reports even mention secondary objects like tweezers or coat hangers. That also
some of this is just fucking weirdo shit. I got a friend of mine. She's actually an ex-strongwoman. I trained her. She actually became a world ranked strongwoman. She's also a nurse, right? Yeah. And so she used to tell some of the craziest stories. Like what is that bottle of foam that you would like squirt in the fucking wall to create and it expands and makes insulation, right?
Yes,
like when you do a patch.
Yes.
Well, this motherfucker would, I guess they have them with the little, I don't know what you call it, like a little straw, so you can get it in a little hole, right?
Yes.
The guy would put this in the end of his dick and shoot that down his dick, and it would expand inside of his shit, and they would have to go in there and fucking dig that stuff out of there. Is that fucking out? So I have to think that some of these butthole objects fit into that fucking just straight up weirdo-ness.
Dude, so they tracked 39,000 Americans, John. 39,000 Americans decided to stick something up their ass in 2025. So let's just say Americans and North Americans. So 39,000 people are like, yeah, I'm making this. So, John, I'm making a conscious decision this morning on January 5th to shove something in my ass so that I can be on the stats for 2026. Like, well, listen, remember that.
Hold on, did you just say that you're going to do that?
No, I'm saying this as Lauren joins the show and as Matt Roof is like, what?
Yeah. Lauren, get a hold of this son of a bitch.
Well, hey, remember the Florida chief that we had on we had the segment 2 weeks ago where they caught that dude where he had, what was it? It was a thermos stuck up his ass. It was a thermos.
Again, how loose should someone's butthole have to be? Yeah.
Hey, so I know that we are all about celebrating people's success, and I know you love it as much as I do. I got a video, man, that I fucking thought was super inspiring. We also have talked about our ability and many folks' ability not able to do
hold on, not able to do froze.
Oh, sorry. On how difficult it is for folks to do pull-ups, like just to do a pull-up, right? And the success of doing a pull-up or getting on a pull-up or just being able to actually successfully do that. Well, I got a video here of a lady who is in the gym, and she's a plus-size woman who and Jimmy, if we can run that, let's run this clip here. She clearly has not done the pull-up, but her joy about her ability to get up there and put her arms up and just actively, achieve this. It was so inspiring to me because I think if more people see this, there would be as much joy with themselves being able to do that as well. If you guys can run that video, let's get that video running here, guys. We'll show it up here on the screen here. You'll see her. Check this out. Look at this. So that's it. She just hung there. But look how awesome that is, John, because she was never able to do that before. So just being able
hanging is not as easy as people think.
Thank you. Look at that. So look how happy she was, man.
Yeah, just because that's a huge step forward.
And you know what? I saw a lot of people trashing that, like all the trolls, and I was like, fuck off. Because what I really enjoyed was her, because I'm sure, listen, let's pull it out there. How many times did she not get there? How many times did she say, I can't do it? How many times did she say, I'm not doing it? How many times did she feel like she failed? And then one day she went there, she put her arms there, she pulled herself up, and that's a fucking win, man. I love that story right there.
Well, it is just from the basis.
Yes.
It's someone doing something that's difficult.
Yes.
Someone overcoming obstacles.
That's exactly it.
And it wouldn't have made a difference if she did 2 pull-ups for the first time. People would have trashed that too.
Yes, absolutely.
Makes no difference. Everybody out there, just remember, no matter what you say, you're going to have people that are going to fucking try to bust you up.
Yep.
So you might as well fucking do it your way.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of doing it your way, we got Jacopo Jacopo. I'm going to struggle with his name, but I'm going to try to. Jacopo Iasiello, the billionaire secret, with his Italian entrepreneur learned eating dinner with the ultra rich. I think I'm going to try to do that whole interview in my Italian accent, John. The Andersen, the entire conversation with Jacopo coming up. Hey, guys, I have a words of wisdom, Johnny. I'm sorry, Jimmy. If you guys have that words of wisdom video, let's run that one. If you guys have that one ready, let's get that one rolling here. Let's get that up on the screen here, guys. If not, I'm going to do a call to action, and we're going to bring in our next guest, Dr. Jacopo Iasiello, in a quick second. Guys, you guys can join the show. There's 431-300-3005. The phone lines will be open in the second hour. Come say hi in the comments. We got Melissa out there in the comments. We got the bullshit professor out there. What's going on, Petro? Yes, I agree, man. That is absolutely a huge step forward. 99% of people cannot do it. And that was Russian. Thanks, Matt. I appreciate the comments on that. All right, well, listen, we got him patiently waiting, Johnny. Let's Sophia Grant is ready to rock and roll. Guys, let's get the intro going for Sophia Grant, Jacopo Iasiello for today's center stage this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.
Some resets hit early, some hit later. Either way, nobody hands you a playbook when everything collapses. If you've ever had to rebuild without momentum or backup, this story is going to feel familiar. Jacopo Iasiello grew up in Naples. From 13 to 17, soccer wasn't a dream. It was the plan. Then one injury shut it down. No transition, no backup identity, just done. At 18, he pivoted fast, became a gemologist, opened a jewelry shop with government funding. It failed, so he borrowed 8,000 euros from his father, moved locations, and ran it back smarter. That second attempt scaled into 20-plus stores across Italy, generating millions by the time he was 22. Then he jumped again. Italian real estate auctions. Where most people saw chaos, he saw margin. In 2011, he moved to Miami. No English, no network, right into the foreclosure chaos. He literally had to convince the power company to turn on his electricity. That's how tight it was. But with discipline and grit, he learned the market deal by deal, mistake by mistake. Today, he runs Luxury Wealth Group, focused on luxury properties over $1 million. After 350 transactions, he doesn't chase hype. He chases cash flow and repeatable wins. And he refuses to build wealth at the expense of his health. He's seen what that trade actually costs. Today, we're talking about building wealth without losing yourself. Jacopo, welcome to Mornings in the Lab.
Building wealth without losing yourself. We got the guy on the show here, Jacopo, Dr. Jacopo Iasiello, joining me and John this morning. What's going on, brother?
Guys, good morning. Good morning. I am here in Italy. I hope so. Everything is fine. And I see your energy, guys. Beautiful energy, both.
Thank you, brother. Good to have you here.
I got to say this right off the bat, Johnny. Look at our guest, man. Holy fuck, are we talking handsome? I'm telling you right now, man. Look at that. Look at the facial features, that nice stash you got going on there. You got that nice little piece of patch there, Jacopo. I'm telling you, and the accent. Are you married or are you married?
No, I am a beautiful fiancé. I enjoy my travel in the world with her, and I have a beautiful family over here in Napoli, where I am right now.
And then, Johnny, that accent like that, I got to think women are just falling at your feet there, Jacopo. I'm just telling you right now. I'm just being straight, dude. I think I got a man crush, Johnny. I think
don't take offense, dude. He gets man crushes real fucking easy.
You're so good and so kind. I really appreciate it.
Hey, so any comments on what you heard before you walked into the lab with John breaking it up this morning?
I think so. You guys spread out some good message in the world, and something really important. The beauty about how you guys talking for something small, like stay on like the lady you show. It means something really important. Everybody, we need some kind of support, and when we do some small action, and this small action creates something, we started to believe, we started to create. And I think so the message you guys shared before is so powerful, in particular for the new generation, but for everybody. And now we are in the new year. I think it's so important to spread it out, good word, a good message, and you guys doing really good what you do.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah. Well, and it's also important that we warn people about what not to stick up their rear end, because as you probably heard, the United States released their list this morning of all of the objects that Americans like to stick up their rear end. So I thought that was.
Well, and the worst part is that Keith wants to be a part of the statistic for 26. That's the worst part about it. A little sicko.
Hey, Jacopo. So listen, you describe yourself on LinkedIn as the grateful son. And Johnny, it struck me, man, because I know you talk very much about being a mama's boy, John, and I'm a very proud son as well. But John, so you got to be honest, man, it's not something that most successful entrepreneurs lead with. John, we've never heard that from somebody saying, "I'm a grateful son." Jacopo, what does that phrase mean to you? And when did your parents teach you about money, risk, and resilience that still guides you today, especially when you lean into that idea of the grateful son? What does that mean to you?
Grateful son means something really important for everybody. When you when you have two beautiful human beings like my mother and my father, they teach me, first of all, how be resilient in life. Second of all, how be grateful. A third, respect other people, how you want to be respected, becoming part of your life. And in business, like in life, when you are a person humble, where you create for other people, first of all, opportunity, and after you ask the correct word to them and the correct question, everything is open. And for me, my family means a lot. Everything, no, because I represent everything, myself represent everything, but they give me the possibility to becoming the better version of myself. And every day I working to my emotion, my struggling, my frustration, my insecurity, my possibility to create more and be scary to do something. But thanks to the learning part I received from them really young age, I'm becoming, a better version of myself,
Yeah.
The question that I have for you, brother. So Keith had said something in the intro about you understand the trade of wrecking your health, so to speak, for success.
Mhm.
So what would you say, what's the number one thing that if someone said, hey, I want to do this too, and you could only give them one piece of advice, what would that piece be?
Regarding the health.
Yeah, but in being successful, highly successful, but not destroying your health, that's the trade you don't want to make anymore. So through your experiences, what's the number one thing? If there's one thing that moves the needle the furthest in that journey, what is it?
Yeah.
Create connection with the right people. That's it. Create connection with right people. And in another really important part of myself where everything changed, is meditation, because meditation changed my completely brain in the way how connect with human being. Before I'm a really reactive human being. I do kickboxing for many years. But, after these two parts, I think so connect with the right human being, and for the healthy part, meditate. And normally, if you give me only one, this one I will utilize, but sport for me is everything to oxygen in my mind, my body, and my energy to really go under my day with the correct way to think about and to connect with human being,
So basically just to bring that down to just make it, if you can learn to, which I'm a huge believer of, it's something I actually teach in my mentoring as well.
Mm-hmm.
You have to learn to respond rather than react.
Yeah.
Because that keeps your energy where it needs to be, which keeps the law of attraction still wide open, which keeps bringing in the opportunities and the right people. If you're reactive, the right people will never come close, and they're the ones that bring the opportunities. Is that about right?
Right. And I think another point really important to share is this one, what's happening, I see a lot of people, they make some kind of mistake. The mistake is this one. When you want to connect with the right people, for me, for example, in the specific, I try from really young age to, because I coming from a beautiful city, Napoli, but with a lot of difficulty, like a lot of people they have in their life, difficulty around. I try every time to connect with the right people, but to connect with the right people, you need to offer something to them, and after ask. And this one for me is really important. My goal every time when I meet somebody is give, and after I ask. And this is the only way to create,
Love that. That's exactly it.
Yeah. Give, ask for sure.
Hanging out with Keith and John and Dr. Jacopo Iasiello from Italy this morning on Mornings and Alive with Keith, John, and friends. Doctor, you mentioned a word a few moments ago that I'm not sure if you intentionally used it. Maybe it was a word you used as part of just describing something, but the handsome chief likes to listen to words that jump out at me. And you used a word that a lot of men struggle with every single day. It's called insecurity. You mentioned your own insecurities, Jacopo. Lean into that with myself and John. What made you insecure during your journey in life? How did you overcome it? Maybe you still are today. I know we all struggle with our own mirror. Lean into your insecurities, Jacopo.
Yeah, and I share with you like insecurity, what it means. When you grow up in, like me, in loving family, but without any security, what it means, nobody tell you, nobody give you for sure what you need to do in your life. You have a lot of insecurity. The first one I remember after I finished my career in the sport, where I tried to become professional in soccer for 14 years old to 18 years old, where I leave my city and I travel in different cities in Italy, is the insecurity to have an identity. And this one is so important But how go through this insecurity is really the most important part. People, they forgot, whatever you create based in 4 pillars. They are research, research, grow, contribution, action and contribution. These 4 pillars create every kind of life, and the insecurity is the part where when you feel insecurity in something, when you don't know what you need to do, you need to start to research. And this is the 4 pillar I utilize every time I feel in some part of my life, of my 12 aspect of my life, insecurity. Sometimes you possible feel insecurity based on relationship with one friend, sometimes based on business, sometimes based on something. And I apply every time I feel this emotion inside my heart, these 4 pillars. And the beauty I want to share with you, I have the fortune to interview to becoming friend with the billionaire. A lot of people they really utilize this 4 technique: research, grow, action and contribution without know. But these 4 pillars give the possibility to moving the needle from one part to another one, and the insecurity is where everything born, where everything starting. And when you feel something in this part, is over there where you need the moving, you need to do the first step. The first step is every time research, understand what you need to do and how you need to do, and after the action,
Yeah. Johnny?
No, I like that. I like that. It's broken into pieces like that. Those 4 pillars. I like that. I like the term pillars as well. I mean, I would say that I operate very similarly. Funny enough, I just never had those layers titled. Although I will say, for me, I'm very careful with the research stage, because if I spend too much time in research, it slows my action. So I just need enough research to know that my first step is not completely the wrong direction. As long as even if it's very lateral, I'm happy because I'm moving now. That for me starts to kill that insecurity. And then obviously I love by the time you wrap it back around to contribution, yes, now you've actually done enough that you're helping somebody else with a problem you've solved or you're solving. I mean, fuck, man, that right there. You just summed up my whole fucking success, life, and business.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hanging out with Keith and John and Jacopo Iasiello from Italy this morning on Mornings in Live with Keith, John, and friends. Jacopo, let's get after it. To those of you that are watching the show not live, I invite you to come and see us in the Mornings in Live community, where we keep the conversation going 24/7.
Okay, our new teaser slate's live. Tell me that title doesn't stop the scroll.
It stops the scroll. It also starts questions.
Brian, look, it says no safe words. What's that supposed to mean?
That sounds like a warning, not a show.
We're not explaining it yet. We're earning curiosity. Curiosity, yes. Panic, maybe.
No, I'm not missing this. I'm recording it.
Why are you recording it?
Yes, coming up tomorrow, Brianna Bass joining myself and John Andersen at 9 o'clock Eastern time. We are going to get a conversation tomorrow. Johnny, this week is divorce week for a lot of folks in America, and we're going to have a chat with Brianna tomorrow about divorce, as well as we're going to talk about, sometimes when we get into the bedroom, maybe things aren't working, and sometimes blame comes up. So we're going to have a conversation with Brianna Bass as well tomorrow, 9 o'clock Eastern time. Myself, John Andersen, on Mornings in Live with Keith, John, and friends. Jacopo, you mentioned something about an injury, and John, you're going to appreciate this, man. So, Jacopo, John's a big fan. I've really appreciated what he's taught me about this. That every good tragedy, tragedies are traditionally, I think, linked to a negative thing, but maybe every good tragedy, Johnny, I'm butchering this one. Every good tragedy.
Let's see if you can get it right. This is so simple too. I'll start it off for you. Yes. Don't let
a good tragedy go to waste.
Bam! He got it finally.
Jacopo, you had an injury at the age of 17. You were pursuing a big soccer career, and then all of a sudden, it was done. And I can't imagine what that was like, what that was going through. And how did you get over that moment when you were going in such a direction that direction was taken away from you?
And now, I go back to the first question you asked me. What represent for you, the 2 people in my life, my father and my mother.
Yeah.
At that moment, my mother represents really a lot, and with something small like a beautiful word, she changed the direction of my life in the way where I feel after this event really sad, really I don't know where I need to go. But when she gave me the correct word at that moment, where she told me, "Don't worry, you will succeed wherever you will do."
Yeah.
From over there, I'm moving with confidence, and I understand I have the capacity to moving forward in my life in another something direction. And I want to tell you something. I think so that a situation happening in my life so important, because from over there I grow like a human being a lot, because when you suffering so young, you started to understand the life is a beautiful color place, but you need to choose the color in life. And when something tragedy happening in your life, you have two options: or you decide to moving forward and never see back what's happening in your life, or technically you becoming a victim of your life, and you never moving forward, that your life becoming the worst life you imagine.
Yeah. Jacopo, you wake up at 4. You wake up at 4 a.m. to meditate, to pray, biohack, exercise. How did you learn not to snooze? Many folks that hang out with us snooze, and when Keith and John are the anti-snoozers, because you're behind the guy who's not snoozing. How did you tune yourself up to not be destined for mediocrity?
And I want to share with you something really important. Is everybody, we are different. It's not something working for me necessarily working for you, but you need to try. And when you started to try to understand, when you wake up in the morning, you have more time for yourself, more time to think about, more in particular in my case, but possible you possible be a different case of human being. You need to find and try to understand when your mind working perfectly. I starting to choose different part of my day where before I wake up around 7:38, and I don't feel with the same energy. Now now is many here I do and I practice this, I feel energized, because at 8:30 a.m. I already do a lot of different kind of thing, completely, meditation, pray, biohacking, exercise, and study the market about real estate, where I expert in auction, where I invest in auction in real estate, where I already have the clear scenario, where I already have the possibility to already kill my day, because in this moment of my day, I have the more energy and the more capacity to creativity in my mind. But this is not for everybody. Everybody, they need to understand where their mind working better. I have one friend, he working better in the night, where he think about and he create during the night. Maybe he takes some wine to, utilize his mind. It's not my style, but if you find you understand, you need to have some clear pillar every day to utilize, to have this energy is so important, in particular for entrepreneur. Remember, the entrepreneur is somebody, they need to create their own energy. And if they don't know how to create their own energy, they are in trouble, because nobody push you. You are the only person to push you to wake up. In particular, when you make, when you make your life comfortable. If you make your life comfortable, you don't have a clear pillar in your life, like how I do in meditation, connect with the divine, utilize different kind of device, exercise every day. You will arrive at one point where you are miserable, because you have everything, but technically you don't have right thing to do every day, because you decide when you do the specific action. And it's important to create a base when you are an entrepreneur with something where generate this energy.
You know what he's talking about, brother?
Yeah.
Interest.
Yeah, I was just yeah, I know. It's incredible how it's Jacopo. So Keith and John have been doing this show now. We're coming up on a couple of years here, and we're very grateful to meet incredible humans daily. And these themes are starting to perpetuate our life. And one of the things that we are hearing often, especially as we go into this year, and people write their resolutions down and try to achieve their goals, and they try to do all these things that they're actually not interested in. And the moment you find interest in something, it's like you are unstoppable. Jacopo and Johnny.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, this year I've rerouted my schedule so that I can basically, doing the same things. I just kind of reordered, because the way I'd been doing it for last year, I mean, it was highly effective, but I had lost the interest. So I just reshuffled. Like, for example, my training at 11 is so much more interesting to me than it was earlier in the morning. Now, last year, early in the year is very interesting early in the morning. So sometimes just shuffling things around to create that interest so you want to get up.
Speaking of
because you said you could send something. Well, this is the first week of my new schedule.
Yeah. Johnny, speaking of interest, it's not lost upon me. If you look over Jacopo's right shoulder, looks like you're into the car model interests, Jacopo. Have you always been into model cars? Is that building? Is that collectibles? Or talking about that Ferrari sitting over your right shoulder, brother?
No, I like physical car in general, but it's not my really main interest. I have my father. He's in love for Ferrari, Porsche, and different kind of car, and I take this passion, but I'm not like him because he is more technical. I am more enjoyable related to the car, the physical car, but that's it. It's not my really passion. My really passion is create more in life for me and try to share with more people as possible. From first of all, word and actionable thing means for me give back, because I am so fortunate in life. I receive a lot, and I am so grateful to stay in this life and to give back to the world and to my family. Tomorrow we travel to Egypt, for example, with my family. Every year we will do a couple of travel together, and it's so important for me have this possibility, because when I believe abundance in life is so important, because abundance internal plus external create beautiful thing.
There you go. Abundance is absolutely a beautiful thing. I'll tell you what is abundant. There's an abundance of humans making great decisions, and there's an abundance of people making dumb shit decisions. Jacopo, one of the segments we have on our shows we call the Dumb Shit Award, and we're going to segue from your car a little back. Your car is behind you to a little segment of Johnny. You're going to love this, man. Jimmy, Jericho, let's run this little clip on this morning's Dumb Shit Award with myself, John, and Dr. Jacopo Iasiello. Let's see this out, boys. Check this out.
Welcome to today's Dumb Shit Award, where impatience meets a moving train. Flashing red lights, gate down, and somehow this still felt optional. He exits the car and tries to physically lift the railroad gate. That gate is heavy. The train is heavier. He tries once, tries again. 3 attempts to outthink physics. Then reality shows up on schedule. When the horn gets close, he panics and runs back. Even his pants slowed him down. This isn't just dangerous, it's illegal and expensive. Fines, fees, and a near miss you don't forget. If the arms are down, you wait. No exceptions. That's your Dumb Shit Award. Back to Keith and John.
I gotta be honest, Andersen. I've considered doing. I've wondered that, actually. I've wondered if you could do that.
That's fucking so silly, because Jesus Christ, he could have just look at he's driving a little. I don't know what it is, but I guarantee he doesn't have a low profile tire. He could have gently driven up on that curb and right around that fucking thing.
Well, that's what I
wanted. A minute and a half ago, when the fucking train was barely in sight.
I was what, Jacopo? How would you offer advice to that fellow as well?
Here is impossible, really. Like, I don't have option. I don't have word.
Dude, that right there, that is an individual who has absolutely very, very low grade problem solving skills.
For sure.
Is that,
I agree with you.
You're so polite in that assessment, Mr. Andersen. You want to call that low grade? I might just call that a no grade. Actually, that was. I'm like,
Well,
dude.
I mean, fuck. My first thought was that fucking thing's not going to go back up by itself. I thought for sure it would have been like on a gear or something, so that couldn't happen.
I saw. That. I was like, really?
You know, I mean, granted, at least maybe he was just dumb enough to fucking think, well, maybe I can lift it up, which actually worked in his favor. He just couldn't fucking get back to the car in time.
Oh man, there's our dumb shit award we do here on the mornings with Keith and John here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends. Jacopo, before we wrap up with you, brother, quickly, you got a book. It's called Healthy, Rich, and Happy. Johnny, Jacopo, most people chase one or two of those, but achieving all three is rare.
Yeah.
If you had to rank them in order of importance, which one comes first and why? That's my final question for you today, brother.
Yeah, healthy is the most important. Normally, like people, they forgot without healthy, we don't possible do nothing. And I believe 100% because around me, I receive some, really hardship prove of, healthy for who I love around me. And I understand from that moment how is important the healthy part. But the healthy part is in something where we need to work every day, because our temple is how we create this connection from mind and body, and this is the most important. After, if you focalize your mind and your body in the direction of what you want to do, the other two parts, they arrive. That's it. It's no other way. But if you don't have the healthy part, becoming really complicated, because this is the only thing have a more valuable aspect, because with this base of healthy, you possible create the other two parts. But I believe 100% is so important to create these three words in our life, and everybody is possible create. They need only create some clear method to apply every day in their life, plus a vehicle, possible be a business, real estate, whatever is the case, to direct the attention. And in United States is the most beautiful country to create wealth,
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Jacopo, our health is rented.
Yes.
Correct.
Dr. Jacopo Iasiello hanging out with myself and John this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends. Jacopo, where can folks connect with you, find you, engage with you, get your book, and so forth?
They possible find the book in Amazon with Healthy, Rich, and Happy, and find him in Jacopo Iasiello Investor Broker, where I try to share some good word, something about real estate.
Awesome. Jacopo, thanks for hanging out this morning, my friend.
Thank you, guys. Really good job, and I appreciate your beautiful smile for both and your thought about how you share good thing in the world. Okay.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jacopo.
Thank you, brother.
Iasiello.
Have a wonderful day, guys. Enjoy your day.
Take care. All right. Jacopo's out of here. Johnny, before I flip over to your lifestyle tip, you know how we like to talk minerals on this show often. Check this out, dude. So there's a Nigerian Pentecostal pastor known as Prophet Jeremiah Omoto-Fafeyin. Dude, he's burying his 104-year-old mother in a gold-plated casket worth about $130,000. So he's like, I love my mom. I am burying her in a gold-plated casket. How many folks are watching where he buries that so they can go and exhume that casket and steal the fucking gold one day, dude?
Well, and did you say he was a pastor?
Yes.
Okay, where aren't pastors supposed to live in? Where's he getting 130 to fucking bury his mom in a gold casket?
I was waiting for you to ask.
Yeah,
actually,
I just saw this thing. Somebody sent me this thing. It was like, this fucking shows the church in the background, shows the fucking pastor. It looks like a fucking pimp, first off. And then they pan the fucking camera to the left, and his fucking Bentley is getting delivered. Right in front of the church. What the fuck is the members of the church thinking? Where the fuck is this guy getting all this bread?
Remember when we grew up like the Jimmy Swaggarts, and remember, Johnny, we grew up with all those those big TV pastors that remember, because the social is just, we all had the 4 channels, right? So all we got was what the media fed us. So there was a few of those big crazy pastors that just sucked money out of humans. Remember Jimmy Swaggart was one of them, but this was actually part of the controversy, which was, how the fuck does the guy have all this money if he's the pastor, and then what is his congregation thinking that he's burying his mom in a gold casket.
Well, dude, at very first when I saw the thing spinning, I didn't see the head in there, so I couldn't see what size it was. I thought it was this little motherfucker like this.
Oh, Melissa says we have many of those in South Africa. All right, let's do the lifestyle tip with John Andersen and do a reset on hour 2 of Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.
All right. I want to keep this sweet, short and sweet. So I want you to remember the tip. It's the footer, I mean, it's the 4th. It's the day when most of you are starting to execute your resolution, which we've already gone into. It's kind of silly. You don't need to wait till next year to do something else great. You can have greatness any day, but that's beside the point. The pressure's on. You've been talking about this for fucking ever. And now you got to do it. You're going to make mistakes. It's okay. You're going to fuck up. It's okay. So the tip is this. Just let these mistakes roll off your back, learn from them, and do better from the mistake. Do better tomorrow. Do better from the moment you make the mistake. Don't let a series of mistakes promote you to give up on what you're trying to achieve. So remember, you're going to make mistakes. It's okay. Learn and keep moving forward. Rock and roll.
If it makes you uncomfortable, we're probably talking about it.
Uncomfortable means somebody's hiding something.
That line's a hook. People hear it and lean in because it sounds like trouble.
It's not trouble, it's honesty.
Keep it tight. One sentence that dares them to stay. With Brianna Bass, clinical sexologist.
Clinical sexologist.
Is that a real thing?
All right, welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. If you're just joining us, this is the big show, Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, live 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. The show built for real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversation to help you start your day right. Hour 1, we eased into the day. No, we didn't. We got after with a bunch of energy. We got some current conversations getting after this morning. We had center stage with Jacopo Iasiello unpacking what he learned spending time at dinner tables with the ultra wealthy, and we lean into the idea of interest. We unpacked some great conversation with Jacopo, and we set the foundation for today's backbone conversation, that moment most men know too well, the stretch between Wednesday night and Friday morning. We're going to get after that coming up right now. Hour 2, deep dive, 5 days away from quitting. Keith and John are going to talk about ways where we might offer you some ideas on how to prevent the quit that happens in these first few weeks of January. And then Jack Ryan has been right all along. We're going to talk about it, looking at the lesson that most men miss about responsibility, discipline, and showing up when nobody's watching and nobody's clapping. You guys can read between the lines in that one. Morning Focus, talking science, and of course, Community Corner with Maya Reyes. And hey, guys, if you're driving, working, or just settling in, we're happy to have you here. So say hi in the comments if you haven't already. This is a live experience, and we want to hear from you. Yes, hour 2, it starts. Jericho, Jimmy, hour 2 starts right now.
We lead with the title. Right. We say clinical sexologist like we're announcing the weather.
Like it's partly cloudy with a chance of naughty.
That title says what this is. Education, honesty, no pretending. Second you hear it, you've got questions you didn't know you had.
I'm looking up what a clinical sexologist actually does.
Don't act like you're doing homework, Brian.
You didn't quit because you're weak. You quit because you expected a transformation in 5 days. Results are slow. Identity is daily. Be the guy who shows up, even when the mirror stays quiet. Your quit trigger is predictable. Soreness, time, weekends, pressure. Name it or it owns you. Nobody knows you quit. That's why it's easy. We're adding one person who will pull you back. Attach the habit to coffee, or commute, or the school run. Same trigger, same time. Friday proof is simple. Short session, tiny win. You keep the streak alive.
I love that you said you're going to fail and it's okay to begin again. I think too much of us, John, we beat ourselves up when we go through this first week of back to the year or next week and life gets really busy. Then we stop. And then what happens is we tell stories in our brain that, okay, well, I stopped and I guess I'm having a hard time getting started again. And nobody around us, including our own mirror, John, gives us permission to start again. I love that your lifestyle tip was just about the forgiveness of starting again when you fail, because it's going to happen.
Well, it's kind of like this. You know, this is the habit that people get into, but they don't recognize that it's a pattern that they repeat. It's like,
yes,
you break your toe and you're frustrated. So you fucking break your leg to deal with the fact that you broke your toe.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, well, what the fuck kind of example is that?
What's the truth?
I know.
So you make a fucking, you eat.
Yes.
You're supposed to order something good and you fuck up and you order something bad and you eat it and you're like, oh fuck, I did it again.
Yes. Yes.
So don't order 5 more fucking desserts. Don't eat like shit for the rest of the day. If you miss the gym today or whatever it is that you fuck up on.
Yeah.
That's the toe.
I get
what's coming next could be the leg.
Yes. Yes. I saw a post from somebody this weekend was like, hey, don't be hard on people that are going to struggle this week or next week for perhaps quitting or giving up. And I agree with that. I do believe, maybe something, I do believe that it's this point of the year for many folks that a certain sense of tough love it or hate it, but a certain sense of tough love needs to be a part of one's journey.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like being stoic. It's like being, okay, this is going to suck, man. There's going to be days as you're trying to go through this. And I know I've used the word transformation before, but the more I kind of keep going through life, John, I'm strongly disliking that word because that word just sets us up right up to fail. It just the moment you say I'm going through a transformation, I'm like, all right, when's it going to fail? Because
it's because unfortunately this is what people do.
Because the moment that we don't achieve a certain maybe milestone in that journey towards transformation, we might fall and we might struggle to get back up again.
And the thing is, you another thing, if you break this down so simply,
yeah,
as long as you don't quit, you haven't failed.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's exactly.
It's like, when, let's just say someone says they come out of fucking college, like everybody else. So I'm going to be a fucking millionaire by the time I'm 25.
Yeah.
Right. Or forget the 25. I'm going to be a millionaire. Right. And then, they're doing their thing. And let's say it's, their college roommate sees them 5 years later and they're still fucking trying to do everything they can. Okay. He's still in the process versus he fucking laid up. He's working at fucking McDonald's. He quit. That's failing.
That is failing. That's absolutely failing. Yep.
You gave up.
You give up.
As long as you don't quit, you will not fail.
Well, that's why I am so passionate about what we are building here. And as we continue to roll out our Mornings in the Lab live application, like I'm so passionate that there's no barrier to entry to hang out with us. Right. So maybe some of the things we talk about you don't like, but just by checking in and knowing that we're here every single morning, Monday to Friday, like to be that accountability partner, to be that voice of reason or some positive inspiration. Like there's no other content, there's no other show like it. We have a solution for folks that are scared to start, scared to fail, scared to quit, because the grace is just get up and start again the next day. And I know it's easier said than done, but just getting up and starting again the next day. Put your shoes on, find that interest, and do it.
Well, what I would do is I would add one small caveat. When, because in many cases, someone breaks their toe, right?
Yes.
And then they fucking follow up a few hours there and break their leg. so to speak.
Yeah. Yes.
Now getting up tomorrow is almost, it's too hard to bear to get up and deal with the fact that you did that dumb shit. So how about break your toe and start a little rehab on the toe?
Yeah.
Make a little progress. You know, finish your day with a small win. And even if that win is not breaking your leg, that will make you feel better about getting up tomorrow and trying again. So don't bury yourself to the point where starting tomorrow is now a huge barrier of entry.
Yes. I, in my journey of life, I've had to teach my body to know what it feels like when I have achieved my daily marks, right? So my daily non-negotiables. So even when I don't feel like doing it, quote unquote, I still do it. And for me, that prevents me from quitting because it's just part of my life. It's just like brushing my teeth or going to sleep. Like there's no start or quit. It's just what I do. Yep. Right? Saturday, good example. Saturday, I got up in the morning. I did like a cardio session. I wanted to do a ride, but then Lauren, who lifts on Saturday mornings, she didn't have time to lift because she had to work until like noon, and she's like, "I'm gonna go downstairs." So fuck, man, we were downstairs in the gym at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday. Never do that, but because it was part of our non-negotiables, it's just what we do. Right. So when you can get into the habit of just brushing your teeth on a daily basis, I think there's great power in that. So guys, my invitation is this: don't race to change your whole life this week. Accept the fact that you're going to stumble, and then accept the fact to get up the next day, come hang out with us and start again. Right. And here's the thing too, man, find an interest. I know I'm simplifying it, but you find an interest, put your shoes on, high likelihood you are going to win. All right, hanging out with Keith and John here on Mornings in the Lab. I got a couple things, John, before we're wrapping up with you here. I want to get into why Jack Ryan was right. We're also going to get into a fun conversation. Did you know, Jimmy, don't run it yet, Jericho, but I found an interesting little video of a guy who talks about pizzas and what it takes to break even at a pizza restaurant. And it's fascinating to me because we've all had
interesting.
It is. Exactly. It absolutely is. Hey, Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. You guys can join the show this live right now, 431-300-3005, or come join the show live, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on YouTube, LinkedIn, Jericho, and X.
It says it's not tips and tricks, thank God.
That's too bad.
We say it clean: desire, shame, power, communication.
Stuff people pretend doesn't exist while it runs the whole house.
That's a bold accusation before breakfast.
Turn it up. I want to hear exactly what they're saying.
I don't want to hear it in surround sound.
So look.
You're muted. Can you hear me? I can see your lips move. That's about all I got. There we go. There we go.
You guys have had me on the wrong one here. So, hey guys. So John,
what's going on with keyboards? Fuck, did everybody start drinking or something? Jesus Christ.
We're training a new dude in the back room here right now.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's all right. He's learning.
Absolutely. I love it. So listen, an average $25 pizza. What do you think somebody makes on that as a pizza restaurant? Because the pizza example is so good because we've all been around a pizza joint, right? So on a $25 pizza, what do you think the guy makes on it?
Probably more than you think.
Jimmy, let's get this. We're going to blame Jimmy on this one. Let's run this little clip here, guys.
Did you know a pizzeria needs 55 pizzas a day just to break even? Sell at 25 a pie, keep $10 gross profit, you still chase rent. That means $1,400 a month, $325 a week. To profit, you need 75 to 80 pies daily, steady.
Margins are thin, 7 to 15%, so volume wins.
Average large is 17 to 18, cost spikes hurt fast. Fixed costs pile up fast, rent, utilities, supplies, repairs, every month. That is why 10 gross per pie matters more than the menu price. People see $10 chain deals and call 25 insane.
Independents survive on value, quality, service, and loyal locals.
55 keeps the lights on, 80 is where profit starts. That's your today's Did You Know? Back to Keith and John.
$10 gross pizza.
Well, that I was thinking, like, what is that? Like, literally, when you said cost, I had it to the most simple fact. I wasn't thinking of all the expenses it costs to run your business.
Oh yeah,
What is the pizza cost? I mean, I guess I was thinking the pizza itself would be probably less than $5.
Yeah, that's fair. So the video here that we're showing here, this guy has to average about 55 pizzas a day at $25 based on his $10 gross profit per pizza. He's got
$100 fucking pizzas to make any decent money. That's a fucking tall order, unless you are in a fucking populated area.
I know
people love fucking pizza. Jesus Christ.
That's why I put this on the table, because I think we all think that pizza is a simple thing, but you said exactly where my brain went, going, holy shit, man, you got to chug out a lot of volume to make some money at that thing, isn't it?
Well, you know what? I think one of the big problems is that people don't look at the bottom line of a business. They just fall in love with the idea of running a business. I mean, if a business is not going to profit X amount, I'm going to fucking continue to entertain the thought. Well, I mean, that's early in life. Now, my first fucking barrier of entry is, do I like to think about this? Because if I like to think about it, if I start a business, I'm going to think about it.
Yes.
And if I'm going to think about something that I don't enjoy, that's fucking up my vibration.
Well, I learned that from you. We had a conversation 2 weeks ago, right? So, hey, did you spend time watching? I got to think you did. Jack Ryan, like those movies, like some of those pretty cool movies. Jack Ryan, remember? Do you remember Jack Ryan?
I mean, I don't. It's not coming to mind, so I'm gonna have to say no.
I think you probably do. Actually, you just might not know.
What are the movies? Maybe I'm not connecting the dots to the person.
Yeah, so John Krasinski was the actor who played Jack Ryan, like military.
Oh, Jack Ryan was the character.
Yeah. Military CIA character, leader, and so forth. But most men, I want to get into this conversation about what happened on the weekend here, and the fact that it's about leadership. And it's a conversation about leadership lesson that most men miss. Most men think leadership is loud, it's confident, and undefeated. Well, Jack Ryan is right in the bigger way. Real leadership is quiet courage. It's clear thinking under pressure and doing the hard right thing when nobody's clapping. Let's get the deep dive conversation number 2 started right now, Jericho, on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.
Most men think leadership is loud. It's not. The real flex is staying clear under pressure. Quiet courage beats swagger every time, especially when nobody claps. Leadership is a function, not a title. It lives in your calendar and your follow-through. Run a mission check. Ask, what's the mission right now? Then choose one next step. Do the calm call. Take 3 breaths. Name one fact, then move without drama. Nation, where are you just an analyst? Step up once today. Quietly. Cleanly.
I put this on the table today because on the weekend, a leader made a big decision that has been avoided for many, many years. And this is not a political conversation. This is about leadership. And sometimes, John, leadership is about making the decisions that nobody will make, or doing things that others won't do, putting your balls on the line. What's that?
Doing hard shit.
That's exactly it. Right? Why do you still think today? And you just didn't fall off the apple truck yesterday. You've worked with a lot of successful men, women, humans. You've coached, mentored a lot of people. Why do you think it's still difficult for people today to make a tough decision as a leader?
I think because they're not really leaders.
Oh,
because first off, as a leader, you don't really, if you're a leader, you don't really fucking focus on being a leader. You focus on leading yourself, and becoming a leader is just the positive exhaust coming out of how you choose to live.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It does. Absolutely does.
I mean, because you have all these people who pretend to be leaders, but they're not. And fucking people see right through it.
Yeah. Well, and Lauren puts up, can't accept adversity. And there's something to be said for that, right? Because you're maybe you're too concerned about what others are thinking. You're too concerned about the adversity of the decision. So in other words, what often happens, I've seen it, you've seen it, we don't make a decision. Right. So it's like, okay,
100%.
It's like, I'm not going to make this because I don't want to ruffle Andersen's feathers. I don't want to do this. And even though it's the best thing for everyone, I'm not going to make the decision. Right. So it's easier not to make one. Is that being a leader?
No, it's the polar opposite of being a fucking leader.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I mean, here's the thing. If you can't lead yourself, no one's going to follow you.
Yes.
So the question is, are you pretending to lead yourself? And if you are, maybe you lead yourself in a few small areas of your life, and people will see that and they might jump on board. But as soon as they realize that you're fucking up in a whole bunch of areas, that a leader, leaders have problems too.
Yes.
But leaders are also the first ones to admit their fault and fucking basically say, I'm going to fix this. I'll take the accountability for good and bad. Leadership doesn't mean perfect.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it rarely does it mean perfect. Rarely does it mean perfect. It means showing up and trying and showing others that you're trying. You do not arrive at leadership when you get promoted. You practice it when a decision needs to be made, and you take responsibility anyway. And I found some good words of wisdom from Jeff Bezos that perhaps links to this and resilience and trying to achieve, big, massive goals. Let's run this clip, Jericho.
Ideas. It's very hard to turn an idea into a successful product. There are a lot of steps in between, and it takes persistence, relentlessness. So I always tell people who think they want to be entrepreneurs, you need a combination of stubborn relentlessness and flexibility. And you have to know when to be which. And basically you need to be stubborn on your vision, because otherwise it'll be too easy to give up. But you need to be very flexible on the details, because as you go along pursuing your vision, you'll find that some of your preconceptions were wrong, and you're going to need to be able to change those things.
Thought that was fascinating, right? Because he puts right on the line that's about being leader as well, right? You're going to be wrong about a lot of things. You need to be resilient.
I mean, bottom line is, it's what he was talking about, flexibility. It's like, that's why I'm big on I plan out the first step, and that first step's going to give me a direction. And once I see that direction or where I end up, then I'm going to go on to the second. As you plan too many steps, it's like I believe, and at least in my journey, it's a whole bunch of, procrastination versus just fucking getting started and being flexible on the go. That would be my version of what he said.
Love it. Love it. Hanging out with Keith and John this morning on Mornings and Live with Keith, John, and friends. So you grew up with the Flintstones, and so did I. Did you like the Flintstones?
It's hard to say that you didn't like the Flintstones.
Actually, it's true, right? Look at this Flintstones technology, man. Look at this video. So this is what you and I grew up with. Like, that is awesome technology in 2025, right? Like just pulling it together. And you look at the tech we carry today, that is how the Flintstones lived their life, man. Like, I thought this was fun, man. It's everything is Stone Age. Right? It's all animal powered appliances, manual automation, natural substitutes for materials. Instead of metal and plastics, homes and tools are carved from rock, wood, and bone. Dude, I loved the Flintstones. They butchered them up when they made all those live action ones, but I loved the Flintstones.
It's funny, as a kid looking at this now, I didn't recognize as much as I'm obviously little older.
Yes.
But fuck yeah, when you look at it now, it's like, holy shit, there's a lot of cleverness in this.
There absolutely is. Yes. Yeah. Were you Wilma or Betty? I was Betty.
What? You're fucking kidding me, dude. When I watched Popeye, I was never pretending to be olive oil.
No.
You fucking weirdo.
Did you find yourself leaning towards the attraction towards the redhead Willa?
You said I was always, is what you said.
The wrong words came out. Or did you find
just a little bit. Time to cover it up, right? You better go fucking hide the dresses in your fucking closet. You fucking weirdo. Jesus Christ.
I got Melissa going,
neither one. I mean, Jesus Christ. The last thing I was looking at with the fucking Flintstones and fucking getting turned on.
Okay, how about Betty or Veronica?
Veronica. Was that one of the Flintstones?
No, that was Archie. Betty and Veronica and Archie. I moved to the next comic.
Honestly, I never really got fucking, even when you're at the young boy and you get aroused by the fucking wind changing. No, I can say there wasn't a lot of fucking arousal watching fucking animated cartoons.
You were too busy stuffing your face with bread.
Yeah, I used to eat cereal when I watched this shit. So I was more concerned with my fucking Fruity Pebbles.
Sure. I love it. Hey, Johnny, before you go.
that was a
John, before you go, there's a bus stop in Romania where a kiosk watches you squat. You earn a ticket. It feels illegal. It counts your reps. It clocks your time. It's basically saying, show me you're not lying to yourself. Imagine failing in public and hearing a printer stay silent. That's a spiritual moment. That's Monday morning. John would argue with the machine. Then he'd do 20 perfect reps out of spite. That's the whole brand. The real flex isn't the ticket. It's doing the reps before life forces you to. That's where we're going.
Elderly residents and people with disabilities receive free or discounted passes. Johnny, in the first phase alone, over 14,000 free tickets were issued. But dude, I gotta like this, man. Participants have up to 2 minutes to complete 20 proper squats, which gives them a reward. That's pretty cool. You got to admit, isn't it?
I mean, Jesus Christ, there's no fucking question. That's an interesting concept. I mean, I suppose we're coming into a world where we have to start paying people to fucking be active. Holy shit.
But think about this, right? So if you're standing at a subway or imagine if in order to get into a restaurant and into a facility, you had to do 20 body squats. Like what? So, and I'm being serious here. Why is it a bad thing? If you don't want to do the body squat, you can't come into my establishment. Like actually.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just can't believe that life has come to this.
Well,
it's like saying, you can't come in unless you fucking brush your teeth today. What the fuck is wrong with it? Jesus Christ.
Maybe there is something to be said for that comment, actually. I have a story.
Well, but that's the point, is that Jesus, if that's what life is, I think it's a great concept. It's just kind of crazy how, it's like just the basic fucking self-care things now are becoming fucking like huge fucking rewards.
Yeah, well, yeah. I
wiped my ass today. Can I have a fucking can I have a plaque, please? Fuck.
Maybe you've just discovered what we need to put in our Mornings in the Lab application. Once you wipe your ass, you can track it for Keith and John.
Did you wipe your ass? Did you brush your teeth? Okay. It's like one of those little things that you have to agree to the terms and conditions before you enter.
I do have a story I'll put on the table for tomorrow. There's a prison in China where you just, all you got to do is, I think it's like a fat farm prison where all you do is work out. Like it's a different kind of facility we have here in North America. I'll put that on the table for tomorrow's show. Hey, what do you got going on today, brother? I'm getting you out of here. Bang, bang, bang. We hit our marks today.
It's the first day of the new schedule, which I'm looking forward to.
Yes.
So yeah, it's just, and I think part of that is basically kind of recalibrating how I'm going to be looking at the next, decades to come.
Decades to come. I love that thought process. Hey?
Yeah, for sure.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. So I'm just, I guess I'm looking forward to everything.
Awesome. All right, pal. Well, good show here today. We had some fun with Jacopo Iasiello. We got a guest showing up again tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to a wonderful week of conversation with you, my brother from another mother. Enjoy your 22 hours, pal.
Have an amazing loop, my brother.
You betcha. All right, John is out of here. Let's get after it, my friends. This morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Hey, you guys can join the show with us live. We're going to open the phone lines up 431-300-3005. That is a 431-300-3005. The only morning show, I believe, right now in North America that has phone lines open where you guys can phone into. Mike Sullivan comes back and says, I just got to say this, in his 6 years, hey, Mike Sully, in his 6 years, our U.S. leader has never admitted a mistake. That speaks volumes. Hard to argue with that, my friend. But hey, you guys, if you're not joining the show with us live right now, I'm not sure why. Come hang out with us live. live, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on YouTube, LinkedIn, and X.
Porn, fantasy, kink, shame, desire. You can't heal what you won't name.
Did he just say porn on a morning show?
Silence wrecks relationships. Not cheating, not money, but silence.
If you've got questions you've been too embarrassed to ask those closest to you,
This new show is the place for you.
I've got a question.
Honey, what does a sexologist know that I don't?
All right, so Brianna Bass is joining us tomorrow, guys. For those of you that don't know, Brianna was on the show a couple weeks back. We got a regular segment dropping every second Tuesday called No Safe Words with Brianna Bass. Tomorrow, we're talking about this week in the world of humans, when humans decide to get divorced the first week in December. And we're also talking about conversations that happen in the bedroom. But guys, before we do that, though, we're going to get into the morning focus. And I thought I could put a topic on the table that kind of leans back into science. And I talked about this last week when I was struck by how we choose what we want to believe. It's like, yeah, I'll believe this, but not believe that. And I am believing science. Yet we find ourselves always kind of just, clicking it along the way. It doesn't line up. But guys, we're living in it. So I read something this morning, that got me thinking. And I thought, hey, I want to respond to this article by putting my own take on science, because science isn't broken. I believe our human collective thinking is broken, because we're living in an era where mistrust is trendy. Frankly, we don't know what to trust. We were raised in an era where, well, because we were told this by that, we trusted it. Well, doctor said this. Okay, well, it's true. Well, the New York Times said it. It's true. Tom Brokaw said it. It's true. So, and we've learned to lean into these concepts of trust even when we don't know why. And we're living in an era now where mistrust is absolutely trendy. And science changes has become the go-to excuse to ignore anything inconvenient. Well, science changed. Science just changed, so that's why it's all changed. Well, here's the skeptical line that I keep hearing, and maybe you've heard it too. Well, science used to believe in a bunch of wrong stuff. It'll be wrong again, so why trust it now? And that seems to be the problem with most of us, because we go back to what we heard. It's a headline thing. Well, it was wrong yesterday, so why is it right today? And look, there actually is a kernel of truth in that, because science has absolutely been wrong before. We've buried entire belief systems with science. Nutrition advice. Petro, how many times has nutrition advice flipped? It's flipped more times than a politician during election season. One day it's eat this, one day it's don't eat that. One day this will kill you, one day that will make you live longer. Even Newton got updated by that guy named Einstein. When he showed up and he said, yeah, nice work, but it actually kind of depends. Depends on what? All these variables. Oh, so my science was wrong? Well, not necessarily. So these questions, they land hard. If so many accepted ideas get tossed, well, fuck. Why should I trust what experts say today? But here's the trap. That argument forces you into two crappy options. Well, blind faith or total cynicism. And as if you either worship science or you treat it like a scam. Let me say that again. It's as if you either worship science or you treat it like a scam. That's not real life, though. Because science isn't one giant machine that's either trustworthy or broken. It's a messy collection of neighborhoods, different fields, different tools, different standards, different reliability, different human beings. And it's that distinction, nation, that changes everything. The mistake that people make is that treating all science like it's the same kind of certainty. Oh, it's all certain, it's all the same. Well, but let me give you an example you can actually feel. If I melt a few samples of a pure element, let's say bismuth, and they all melt at the same temperature, it's pretty safe to assume that bismuth melts at that temperature. Why? Well, because the elements are consistent, same structure, same behavior. Now, let's do that same science experiment with wax candles. Melt a few, get a temperature, and then declare, all the wax melts at this temperature. No, that's actually a clown move. Because wax isn't one thing. It's a mixture. It's different blends, different additives, different variables, different melt points. It's the same reasoning, just totally different trust level. That, nation, that is the point that most people miss today. Whether a scientific claim is reliable depends on the context around it. And you heard the conversation we had with Petro last Friday. There's a whole class of science journalists that pull the headlines out, put the headlines down. Science journalism, science journalism. Well, hey, science is always evolving. It's true. It's, and science is always evolving isn't a dunk. It's the whole point. Could you imagine if science just stood still? Could you imagine if science didn't move? Wow, we've all seen the moments where a public guidance change, especially during COVID. Oh, did he say COVID? Is he talking COVID on his show? Is he going to get all controversial? Well, I don't know. Because early messaging, later reversals, new recommendations, a bunch of people looked and said, see, they lied. They don't know anything. It was all wrong. It was a conspiracy. Or, we've heard this before. When leaders say experts can't be trusted, Melissa, because science evolves, people hear their permission to ignore every inconvenient solution, every inconvenient conclusion because it doesn't match theirs. Well, I don't believe in this, so it must be wrong. The science is wrong because I don't believe in what I thought I believed in. But changing conclusions, you guys, doesn't automatically mean that the process is corrupt. Sometimes, oh, hey, Petro, sometimes it means the evidence got better. Sometimes it means the situation changed. The variables changed. Just like when I hear people saying, oh, the algorithm's broken. Really? Yeah, the algorithm's broken, eh? Yeah. How many variables within the algorithm are changing from time to time? Because sometimes when we're dealing with science, it means the earlier confidence was overstated. Sometimes it means incentives distorted the early stage research. Incentives, Keith, there are incentives? What are you, fucking crazy? Of course there's incentives. Sometimes it means humans are imperfect. What? What? Did you say humans are imperfect, Mr. Bilous? I did. Because the correct response isn't trust nothing. It's disciplined trust. Disciplined trust, not gullible, not bitter. Because disciplined trust is basically this. And I've learned by doing this show the role that myself and John have with all of you, especially in a world of more distrust than ever. Here's my invitation. Be skeptical locally, but not globally. Judge the claim in the domain with the level of evidence that you have. Don't pretend science is one monolith. Oh, science says this. That's just like saying they said this. Because the truth is this, nation. Some areas are rock solid and others are still wobbly. For example, early stage medical research can be messy, but then the headlines get us all caught up in the hope. The replication failures happen, small sample sizes, publication bias, statistical games, overfitting, real issues. But in those zones, heavy skepticism is earned. I gotta be skeptical, But don't act like that means gravity is a vibe. Well, I heard gravity's not real, Keith. Really? Yeah. And don't confuse Newton was updated by Einstein with Newton was useless. No, Newton still works incredibly well in most everyday contexts. Einstein didn't erase Newton. He expanded the map. And isn't that what science does? So maybe we want to look at it this way. Here's the adult way to approach science in 2026. Ask yourself this: what domain is this? Is it physics? Is it chemistry? Well, it might mean early nutrition studies, which might mean preliminary medicine. How mature is the evidence? Is it one study, or is it many replications versus a meta-analysis? What are the incentives? Oh, well, Kellogg said if you ate 2 boxes of raisins and 2 scoops of raisins, it might do this. What's the incentive? Who benefits if this is true? Who's paying for the report? How measurable and stable is the thing being studied? Remember my earlier example about bismuth versus wax? What would change this conclusion? What new data would actually move this? Because that is not anti-science, you guys. That itself is pro-reality. Because the history of science, oh, you're not going to like what I say here. The history of science is a graveyard. That is a flex. Because yes, science does leave behind dead theories, but that is not proof that it can't be trusted. No, as a matter of fact, it's the opposite. That is proof that it corrects itself. Because it changes the world, because the world is complicated. No shit, Sherlock. Humans are limited. Truth is hard. The updating isn't the weakness, it is the engine. So, no. Don't give science naive faith. But also don't do the lazy thing and declare it all untrustworthy because you caught it evolving in public. Let me say that again. Don't give science some naive faith. Don't just, oh, it says science, I'm going to believe it all. But also don't do the lazy thing and declare it all untrustworthy because you caught it evolving in public in real time. And in a world where everything is shared, it's happening in real time. Practice discipline, trust. Be skeptical with precision. And most importantly, let better evidence earn not only more, but your confidence.
It's time for the Community Corner. Your calendar is honest, even when you aren't. You say you value growth. Your time says comfort and distraction. Fear shows up when values and habits collide. That's not failure. That's feedback. Nation, is your calendar reflecting who you want to become or who you've been avoiding? Handsome Chief, back to you.
I feel like I just had to have the conversation about science. I love it. But what I don't like about it is how many just dismiss it because it doesn't agree with them. It's like, oh, science says this, so it's wrong. No, it's not actually. It's not. You might just not have all the facts. It's funny, Melissa says, I don't know one human who believes that humans are perfect. It's true. It's funny because we talked about the stats 2 weeks ago on the show in the photography industry. Folks do not want real photos of themselves. Like, no, I don't want this real stuff. I like the computational photography because it makes me look more perfect. It's fascinating to me. It's like science. We got a good time coming in here with free gas and oil. Yes, Charlie, is that on the agenda in 2026? No taxes for all my American friends, free gas, free oil. Oh yeah, good time to be American. True story. Petro coming back saying great questions. I think they are great questions, Petro. I think we've got to talk more about this with the world. I think more folks need to ask questions around what is their belief? What is science? What has evolved with it? We live in a world with so many headlines that because the headline says this, we immediately think it's true. Well, science says this, Petro. Yeah, well, it said this yesterday too. I'll tell you what YouTube said over on Community Corner. Verdant Vanilla. Oh, Verdant Vanille? Is that what it is, Melissa? Verdant Vanille. Fuck, man. How about growing up with that name? Sorry, Verdant. Verdant Vanille says if the life you want scares you, yeah, it's a sign you're moving toward your truest self, not away from safety. Oh, I love that. I love that. It's like Johnny's point where the darker it is, the lighter it actually is, because that means you're going in the right direction. There's some truth to that. Well, because fear is the signal, not the stop sign. If you're scared, you're doing the right things. Doing what scares you, traveling alone, dancing in public, writing to the mayor, calling Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends by picking up the phone and dialing 431-300-3005 because you're nervous, because you're like, oh fuck, I don't want to phone the guy because he just might put me on the show and I don't know how I'm going to answer his questions. I'm scared to phone 431-300-3005. Really? Fuck, man. If that's the signal, it's not your stop sign. Come join me. Yeah, because your authenticity beats perfectionism. If you're waiting for the right time to phone the show, you're going to be waiting forever. Because when Verdant talks about her perfectionism, it froze her creativity. She went from finishing films in 2 weeks to getting stuck for 2 fucking months. So ask yourself this, expose yourself to judgment, to rewire the field, to rewire your fear, I mean. Go dance in front of a stranger. Go endure the stares and giggles from others. It just might teach your nervous system that being seen is safe. It's funny because I was talking to Carter yesterday. Carter's out going to start selling his business. And you guys listening to my show regularly will notice that I said, dude, getting out there and knocking on cold doors and meeting people that don't want to meet you might be the hardest thing that you're going to do. I said, but that's the right thing to do. Walk towards that door. Go and talk to that person who's not expecting you. Go be delusional about your success that you're going to have. That outer reality mirrors your inner belief. If you think you suck, the person you're talking to is going to think you suck as well. If you believe you're weak, it's going to manifest more weakness. So, what's her invitation? Treat your wildest dreams not as fantasies, but as near future versions of yourself that you can embody now. So, nation, here's my question for you. First week in January, what terrifies you right now? What terrifies you as you head into the year that you've been calling impossible instead of just uncomfortable? There's a difference. Run towards the impossible and make yourself uncomfortable. Hey, over on Substack, the calendar system that forces you to live your values. What? Petro, what does Days of Our Lives say? Oh, yes. Isn't that the sands of time? Jimmy and Melissa, let's get that opener to Days of Our Lives. I think Petro might be onto something there. I think you're right. What is it? The sands of time. There's a whole fucking monologue there. I think he, Neiman, just getting after it right away. Hey, nation, we know we have a closet Days of Our Lives watcher. I didn't even have to my sentence wasn't even finished. Like sands through the hourglass. So are the days of our lives. Thank you, Neiman. You and Petro just getting after it here today. I love it. Hey, the calendar system that forces you to live your values, or going to Romania that forces you to do body squats before you can get on the fucking train. Well, Nair Isle says time boxing. I love time boxing. Yes, it aligns every block of time with the kind of person you want to become. Not just squeezing tasks into your day. 5 steps, identify your values. Turn those values into time. And then create that time box calendar. Track distractions. Perfect and then refine weekly. Start by time boxing your time. Yours first, and then fit everything else around that. Intentionally scheduling it is fun. Do it, because you can do anything you want, but not all at once. And hey, listen, if your calendar reflecting who you want to be, or here's the bigger question, is your calendar reflecting what everybody else wants you to be? Is it your calendar or somebody else's calendar? Ask yourself that, just like your inbox, right? All right, LinkedIn, wrapping up the community corner segment here with Maya Reyes. Before I got to run over to the bladder empty station, Jimmy. Yeah, I'll make it fast. LinkedIn, he shaved his head and realized something about your gut. What? Well, James Smith, he missed his barber appointment. He noticed he was thinning on top. I can relate to that there, James. He kept worrying about how... Okay, I got 37 seconds, Jimmy. Thank you. Okay, bladder, you got 37 seconds. Okay, good. 37 seconds. All right. Well, here's what he did. He made the call. He shaved it all off. Instant relief. The mental energy he was spending checking his hairline in every mirror was gone. Then he made the connection. The same pattern shows up with your body. You're wearing black. You're adjusting your shirt. You're checking angles before your photos. Because if you're rearranging your hair to hide the bald spots, it's already too late. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means stopping the hide. So nation, here's this. Are you spending more energy hiding your body than you're spending fixing it? Maya, what about you?
Fear isn't the stop sign. It's the signal. If it scares you, it matters. Your calendar is your truth serum. If it isn't scheduled, it isn't valued. Pick one scary rep for this week. Time box it. Then do it before your brain negotiates. Nation, drop your reps in the comments. Follow us on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Substack.
Hey, I'm back. Good job, Jericho. Good job, Jimmy. Yes. But Shaken Nation. All right, listen, we're wrapping up here today on the big show. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. I hope you guys had as much fun today in the show as I did. Yeah, we hit our marks. Good job, team behind the scenes here. Yes. So here's the thing. What's we got to do? It starts with joy. Nation. We have somebody visiting us in the comments. Her name is Cheryl Raphael Whitaker. Yeah. New show coming up in February. I think it's February, isn't it there, Jimmy? Melissa? It's February, yes. We got Cheryl joining us for It Starts With Joy Live, a conversation that will make you joyful and happy and all that good stuff, but not the way you think. You see, Cheryl's a leadership expert. So she's going to lean into leadership and joy and how it interconnects. Yes, just like the Jack Ryan conversation we had about the leadership decisions that were made this last weekend. Yes, there was decisions that were made that many would not agree with. Some would disagree with, but hey, the guy made the decision. He's like, no, we're going to do that. And often it's the hardest thing to do. So hang out with Cheryl Raphael Whitaker, 8:30 Eastern time. It Starts With Joy live coming up right here on the Mornings in the Lab live network. And It Starts With Joy channel with Cheryl Raphael Whitaker coming up in a few weeks here on Mornings in the Lab. Hey, what was your favorite segment on the show here today, guys? I got to tell you, man, I enjoyed our guest. He was funny, man. And I'm telling you, I was serious, man. Handsome dude. Hey, it's totally handsome. The guy had a look about him. You know what he kind of reminded me of, Neiman? He kind of reminded me of like a younger Ethan Hawke. Yeah. Maybe you guys can see that relation. Jimmy, if you got that picture you put up there, young Ethan Hawke, that would have been our guest here today on the show. Dr. Jacopo Iasiello. Guys, I'm working harder on building our last 30 minutes into a very fun, entertaining segment. I'm going to be adding a section to the conversation called AI Tools I Use. I know we got away from this a few months ago, actually. And Holroyd, I know who listens to the show regularly, is all about that like I am. And I'm going to continue sharing the things that I'm using here on the show so you guys can learn from that as well. Hey, are we done telling our Brianna Bass story, Jericho and Jimmy? Before we wrap up here today, if not, let's run that last piece of that segment with Brian and Gladys for that last.
No Safe Words with Brianna Bass, live every second Tuesday at 9 a.m. EST. Starts January 6. If you're uncomfortable, you're in the right place.
I'm not watching.
You are. I already set the reminder.
My safe word is mute.
Denied. This is going to be so much fun. Say it like the weather, Brian.
Partly cloudy with a chance of naughty. Live every second Tuesday at 9 a.m. EST, starting January 6.
There we go. Good job, Mom and Dad. To those of you that don't know, that's my folks. Yeah, true story. They're looking for royalty checks. Yeah. Somebody can tell them that their son's not getting paid yet. So that's Brian and Gladys, our resident AI characters, keeping it tuned up for tomorrow's big show with Brianna Bass. And then this Friday, of course, the Petro himself, Dr. John Petrocelli, is joining us every Friday, 9 o'clock Eastern time for a segment, BS, No BS, with Dr. John Petrocelli. Looking forward to that one. Hey, guys, today is all about wrapping up. Today was about that quiet danger zone most men never talk about. The stretch between today and Friday. Yeah, I know I got it written here where it actually starts today. It's okay. I'm going to start my transition for 2026 right now. Don't say transformation. Find something of interest and get after it daily. We broke down why the moment exists, why it keeps repeating, and how to replace willpower and hype with an effective system. And what do we name it? An interest. Do something you're interested in and do it over and over and over and watch the magic take place. Yes, we spent time on center stage with the Ethan Hawke lookalike, Dr. Jacopo Iasiello. Yeah, the Italian guy who I slaughtered the accent at, pulling perspective from rooms most people never see, talking about consistency, long games, and the subtle behaviors that quietly shape outcomes. We went deep on your 5 days from quitting. We got into the Jack Ryan leadership discussion. He was right. He was right. Jack Ryan focusing on quiet discipline, a responsibility that shows up when nobody's watching. Right. So again, regardless of how you feel about the decision made on the weekend, a leader made a decision. And regardless if it was right or wrong, that's not the point. The point was he made a decision. Leaders make decisions. They accept them and then they move forward. That's the responsibility and the discipline of a leader. Right. Then we reset with Morning Focus. I dug into talking about the big S word, science, and how we blame everything on, well, science said this and science said that, so I'm not going to believe any of it. Oh, yeah? Okay. And we wrapped it up with the community corner, leaning into identity, consistency, and yes, embracing the baldness in every sense of the word. Guys, we're back tomorrow on the show with Michael Zervos and some more entertaining conversation. It's funny. So I found Michael last week over on LinkedIn, and we knocked on his door, and he says to me, he's like, why did you invite me on the show? I said, well, because we're looking for boring and uninteresting people. That was my response. His response, LOL. Good response. I'll see you Tuesday. The guy is not interesting at all. No. Maybe some Guinness Book of World Records shit. Maybe some interesting stuff. Yes. Michael Zervos joining us tomorrow live, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. So on behalf of everybody, lots of love from me to you. We'll see you in less than 22 hours. And one thing before I go. Jericho, good job on the buttons, brother. Jimmy, good job on the buttons, brother, and good job teaching. And I also want to say I had the team rocking and rolling for today's show, and you guys fucking kicked it. Thank you. Good job, guys. Awesome. All right, Melissa, thanks. Petro, Sully, Holroyd, everybody in the comments, Lauren, the whole gang. I appreciate all of you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Less than 22 hours. Boom, boom.